The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello and welcome. This is TV1 News. I'm Maricela Kilaton.
And I'm Carol Kido Jr. Join me later in the bulletin for your news and sports.
In this edition, former mining minister's take on gold cooperation bill, health data critical for service delivery, and Medicinal ExxonMobil Cup launching. Former Minister for Mining Johnson Tuke has acknowledged the government for the proposed National Gold Cooperation Bill 2022 that will soon be tabled in Parliament. However, Tuke warned that the commercial deal of the bill needs to be clarified and made known to the people.
In supporting the government for the proposed National Gold Cooperation Bill 2022, former Minister for Mining Johnson Tuke also urged the government to clarify the commercial aspects of the bill. He says it's about time PNG owns a gold bullion in the country that will address the issues of forex and other economic challenges. Tuke further expressed that the creation of the gold bullion will stabilize and leverage the value of our kina. He admitted that he was the one pushing for the creation of the gold bullion in the country when he was then Minister for Mining, but some minor things not in order.
The government has done the right thing. They got to put it in a clear where everybody has to, the floor has to debate on and behalf of the Papua New Guineans. And the government have to define their policy very well. They've got to outline their composition. They've got to make it clear to the Papua New Guineans so that the Papua New Guineans should know. After all, you know what? This is the best thing to do. We'll stabilize our kina. And you know that gold is the international commodity.
Tuke also raised concerns that the 30% equity from the mining operations for the government must be distributed fairly. That will capture the creation of the gold bullion.
Having gold bullion produced in this country is not a bad idea. It is part and parcel of downstream processing. We should do the same with, forestry. We should do the same with fisheries too. And let me say this. Most of our resource laws, our policies and acts are more colonial.
However, the Chamber of Resources and Energy has released a statement stating that the proposed National Gold Cooperation Bill 2022 will effectively create a gold monopoly, which will be disastrous for PNG's mining sector and the economy of PNG. The bill aims to implement a shareholder agreement signed between the national government and a small Singaporean company, Refinery Holdings Pte. Limited. Tuke said such commercial arrangements must be made clear to the public through the elected MPs that will debate on it on the floor of Parliament. PNG Co further argued that a world-class gold refinery can be built in Port Moresby or Lae for less than 60 million kina, a figure that should be affordable for any of the state entities such as Kumul Minerals or Kumul Consolidated, and much of the expertise in refining gold already exists in PNG, as Unitec has produced mineral processing engineers for over 30 years. Such a refinery does not require all the rights and powers which the bill is trying to vest in the privately owned National Gold Corporation and its subsidiary entities, the National Mint and the National Gold Bank. Freddie Mo, TV1 News.
Meantime, Tuke also raised concerns that power supply is important in the operations of the gold refinery. He said that the current challenge in inconsistency of power supply will affect the operations of the refinery and therefore must be addressed by the government amicably.
Power sets in the country, that's also another consideration too. You've got to be very consistent. These are some of the precious mineral operations where you need to have consistent power supply. You know something, nothing about you walking team. No, when the operation name start logging, you must have consistent power supply. So when I say that, you need to qualify international accreditation certificate, these are some of the things that has to be taken into consideration.
Mendi General Hospital in Southern Highlands Province has successfully installed its computed tomography or CT scanner over the weekend following its purchase and delivery into 2022. One successful test run was also conducted after the installation, drawing commendation from users far and wide. The CT scanner was delivered to Mendi General Hospital in February 2022 following its purchase overseas. It was bought for 2.8 million kina by the Mendi District Development Authority under the leadership of then-member for Mendi, Michael Nali. It took 2 years for the establishment and setup of this new machine, and the installation works were complete last week. Secretary for National Department of Health, Dr. Osborne Liko, thanked UNICEF, DFED, and other partners for their support in delivering health services, in particular the support of obstetrics and pediatrics through the health department. Dr. Liko was speaking at the handover ceremony of the newborn babies equipment by UNICEF PNG to the NDOH at PMGH on Friday, 6th April.
Health Secretary Dr. Osborne Liko expressed concern about the irregularity of the population figures, that different figures were derived from different sources. Such unconfirmed figures make it difficult for the National Health Plan to have reliable figures for planning of health service delivery.
So according to the ENHIS, that is the Electronic National Health Information Systems, we have a population of about 10,108,200 people, but we got quite a number of estimates population as well. When we did our National Health Plan, our planning was for 9.2 million people. Now this is from ENHIS current as we have the population, but going forward some projections being that our population is at 11 million. And even some estimate being done by other partners have actually put our population at 17 million. So where do we stand at this point in time in terms of having our National Health Plan? That we also will have the reflections of our corporate plans, because the denominator being the population is the biggest challenge for us. And we can now feel that in every other facets of our health planning and the process of implementing our National Health Plan.
He said having the population as the denominator for planning and budget allocation is a great challenge. It can be felt in every facet of health planning and the processes of implementation. So what does this mean?
With this estimate, it is estimated by 2032, we will have about 32 population by this estimate and these calculations. So in the current population growth rate of about 3.1%. So the age structure of this is what really challenged me, is that from 0 to 14%, we are at 37.34%. And from 15 to 65, that's 58.75. But if you put that, reduce it down to 15 to 55 years of age, that's the biggest, in the demographic space, it's a 55%. So put it together between those that, we are doing our best to help the survival rate from 14 years, for 15 years to 65 years, we are looking at 58.75%. So that leaves, for those over 65 years, just over 3.9%.
Dr. Liko explained that the morale and the dynamic of this is that in the process of planning, the resource envelope is going to be very difficult to allocate funding. But he said, though they do their best to have the national health plan and corporate plans to improve the lives of the people, including the neonates and the rest of the ages, realistic population figures is the biggest challenge they face. Frida Kana, TVWAN News.
David Manning will continue his role as police commissioner after his employment contract has been extended for another 4 years. Governor-General of Papua New Guinea, Sir Bob Dadai, today signed employment contracts for several senior public servants, including the reappointment of Manning. Other appointments include Connie Samuel as Secretary for the Department of National Planning and Monitoring, Leo Mapmani as Provincial Administrator of West New Britain Provincial Government, Samuel Penias as Secretary for the Department of Finance, Dennis Bagello as Director General for the Office of Libraries and Archives, Richard Bayer as Chief Executive Officer of the Manam Resettlement Authority, and Robin Callistus as Chief Executive Officer of the Lay City Authority. The National Executive Council gazetted these appointments, formalizing their roles within the government. The ceremony at Government House was witnessed by the Department of Personnel Management Secretary Tai Sansan. Prime Minister James Marape commits to addressing ongoing salary issues. That story and more when we return. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSP Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSP branch today to register now for BSP Mobile Banking. BSP Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Lager, Bunyamyumi.
The Toyota JD Hiace bus comes in 14 and 15-seater high-roof luxury model powered by 2.8 liters JD engine for optimal performance output, fuel efficiency and quietness, designed with improved safety features and easy maneuverability for tire steering angle. The Hiace lift suspension and annular frame structure is opted for smooth ride, comfort and safety. Experience the ride on the Hiace bus and experience the Hiace Pride, the bus that exceeds all expectations.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magical cuddle, get up and big smile on face. Time for Kim chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
Right across the nation, we eat snacks crackers. Emi trupla. All get a young planalapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one-time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
Isn't she your ex?
Madam, you have a visitor.
We're not visitors. We're family.
Hey, Gideon!
Family? Since when?
Since now.
And who is this kid?
This is Gideon, my son with Stefano.
You
should know your place and learn how to get along.
Stefano has a child with me, and that gives me the right to be in this house. How dare you!
In front of the Stratford end. Kingsley Corbett gets by beautifully.
Welcome back. Bukbilang Pikinini recently had its annual teacher refresher training sponsored by ExxonMobil PNG commenced with 50 educators in attendance. Led by ExxonMobil representatives Belinda Gura and Sarah Lewin, the program focused on enhancing digital skills through the digital learning program. Teachers received training on the latest updates to the BBP Learning app, engaged in hands-on tablet activities, and learned to optimize screen display features. The training emphasized the importance of technology in effective teaching, highlighting ExxonMobil PNG's commitment to supporting education in the community. Mining Minister Mugua Dilu recently attended the Online Mineral Security Partnership Forum, a pivotal platform aimed at fostering international cooperation in the mining sector. The inaugural event marked a milestone in global efforts to ensure the security and sustainability of critical mineral supply chains. Mining Minister Dilu attended this event alongside 33 other ministers and government representatives from various prospective MSP members. The minister was joined by the U.S. Ambassador to Papua New Guinea and Mariette Shock, together with the EU Ambassador to PNG, Zach Bardeen, who hosted them at the EU Delegation Papua New Guinea office. The MSP Forum is a multilateral cooperation platform aimed at bringing together raw materials producing and consuming countries at various stages of development, with a focus on advancing and accelerating individual projects and promoting policies that contribute to resilient value chains and to bring in local value addition. Minister Dilu's engagement indicates Papua New Guinea's keen interest in exploring collaborative opportunities within the global mining community and PNG's potential to become a member of the MSP Forum. The forum provides a valuable opportunity for PNG to engage with international partners and contribute to shaping the future of sustainable mining practices. The EU delegation to PNG, together with the U.S. Embassy in Port Moresby, indicate that they stand ready to assist PNG become a member of the MSP Forum. Prime Minister James Marape has pledged a decisive action to address the critical issues surrounding the government's payroll system, which have led to significant unrest, including the January 10 events, and adversely affected the salaries of PNG Defence Force soldiers. Marape disclosed that ongoing investigations into the January 10 unrest are nearing conclusion, with a firm commitment that those found culpable will face stringent consequences.
The recent payroll system failures affecting the PNG Defence Force personnel's remuneration has asked Prime Minister James Marape to direct an investigation into the discrepancies. In a statement, PM Marape says the government administration is keenly focused on identifying the root causes of these issues, ensuring those responsible are held accountable to the fullest extent under Papua New Guinea's legal framework, including potential suspension or termination from government employment. He also emphasized the serious implications of the payroll system issues that incited the January 10 unrest in Port Moresby, spreading unease across the nation and endangering lives. Acknowledging the severity of the payroll discrepancies affecting Defence Force personnel's wages, he stressed the importance of resolving these matters promptly, citing national security concerns. Echoing the Prime Minister's sentiments, Deputy Prime Minister John Rosso highlighted the necessity of holding accountable those at fault for the payroll system's failures. The responsibility to scrutinize the matter further has been delegated to Chief Secretary to Government Ivan Pomaleu, collaborating with relevant departments and agencies to ensure such failures are rectified and prevented in the future. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
Shadow Minister for Mining James Donald has expressed concern regarding the illegal mining situation in Porgera, but emphasized that the government and stakeholders need to recognize this as not only a security issue, but a humanitarian one as well. Donald made these remarks after the government declared a military call-out to assist the police with security operations in Porgera for the next 6 months to combat illegal miners in the special mining lease area.
Shadow Minister for Mining James Donald, while agreeing with the need to ensure greater protection of an important national asset like Porgera, he said we must also recognize why so many locals are risking their lives to take part in illegal mining activities. He said the government continuously assured their people that the new Porgera was a good deal for Papua New Guineans, especially landowners, and yet we see the very landowners and locals who should be benefiting from this mine trespass and look for their own riches. He said the 6-month call-out will cost millions of kines to fund logistics for the security personnel deployed to Porgera through plane tickets, ayakas, accommodation, and allowances. Donald emphasized that the government is readily prepared to draw down millions of kines to send armed soldiers to protect the mine, which may possibly lead to an increase in tensions with the locals. But when it comes to allocating millions of kines to build schools, health centers, and basic services, it becomes very difficult. He said the security call-out is only a band-aid solution and another reactionary measures, but after the 6 months expires and millions of kines are used, the locals will go back to illegal mining. Therefore, the Shadow Minister for Mining is calling on the government to not only think of a security operation as the only solution, but assess what the immediate needs of the people are and fund these socially beneficial projects to stimulate the local economy. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
NASFund and the Business Coalition for Women have joined hands to empower female leaders in Papua New Guinea through a superannuation education initiative. This collaboration aims to tackle the barriers women face in accessing retirement funds and enhancing financial literacy. Led by NASFund's CEO Rajiv Sharma and BCFW's Executive Director Yvonne Kennedy, the partnership will integrate superannuation education modules into BCFW's leadership programs. Certified NASFund trainers will provide essential knowledge on retirement planning and financial literacy to attendees of BCFW's Executive Women in Leadership program. This initiative marks a significant step towards bridging the gender gap in retirement planning and promoting women's inclusion and empowerment in leadership roles. And now the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2646 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2571 US, $0.3864 Australian dollars, $0.2291 euro, and 38.71 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, all commodities closed the day higher, except coffee and palm oil, which closed the day lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. You're watching TVWAN News. We'll have news making headlines overseas when we come back. Stay tuned.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSP branch today to register now for BSP Mobile Banking. BSP Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG é minha! Pine PNG made.
Papua New Guinea. We love a reason for a family gathering. A reason to play. A reason to ignite the flame. A reason to cook the best with the best. Flame oil, now PNG made for PNG cooking. Flame oil, winning taste.
Hari mulkata rice lovers, mi plaga 300,000 kina scale school money long winim. Sans belong you win him 1,000 kina. 300 per lucky line by winning inside long 4 plus fortnight. Sans belong you win a big plus thread. By 1 kg he going up 20 kg scale or ori rice. Cut him this stamp na put him inside long envelope and the full name na contact details long you. Na drop him inside long entry box long store. Promotion by Pinis long March 29, 2024. Hurry up na win big plus 1 scale na ori rice. Piani mi plus social media long save mo. Terms na condition is stuff.
Hardware House is more than just a store. It is where quality meets affordability, where culture is proudly celebrated. Spanning 9 provinces, we pride ourselves in offering top-notch customer support and services. We're more than just a store. We're more than a brand. We are Hardware House.
Knockouts, only on Fight Sports.
Suppose prophecy and true, when the big the fight will come out. Na time him come true, me hope him stab life yet to fight to this position you talk about.
Me must make sure to protect him. What a line blame me, especially Malia.
Mika ready. The chosen one, Mika.
Welcome back. Northern Australian shires are calling for a greater military presence in the region after the 3rd boat arrival in the Kimberley in 5 months. Their concerns people smugglers are targeting the region as part of a new route into Australia.
Arrival in 5 months has locals wondering if there's a pattern developing.
Just another boat arrival.
The latest group were discovered on Friday near the Truscott Air Base, with WA Police confirming they'd arrived on an unknown vessel. One asylum seeker became separated from the group but was found yesterday and flown to Nauru, where the group is being detained.
Although most of Australia would say it's a remote coastline, the people that are arriving with pinpoint accuracy at settlements on our coastline.
It's not the first boat to arrive near the Truscott Air Base. In November last year, a suspected asylum seeker boat carrying 12 people was discovered, and another 39 were found near the remote Aboriginal community of Beagle Bay in February this year. Before that, the last asylum seeker boat to arrive in WA's far north was at Christmas Island on Election Day in May 2022.
We seem to be seeing more boats arriving, and obviously something's changed.
A group representing 9 shires in the Kimberley and Pilbara regions is concerned the coastline isn't being adequately protected.
It highlights the need for increased spending and presence by the Defence or the Department of Defence in Northern Australia.
Operation Sovereign Borders is working as it is intended, and we're bolstering the funding and the program to ensure that it operates strongly into the future.
A third boat to arrive on this coastline raises questions of whether people smugglers are targeting the region as a new route into Australia. It comes off the back of an increase in illegal fishers making it to shore up here in recent years too. Border Force has continued to remain tight-lipped on the situation.
Unfortunately, you have some boats arrive under the previous government as well. The majority are turned back.
I think it all adds up to we're a very remote, isolated community and probably don't get the resources and attention that we might think we deserve.
Attention is now squarely on the remote coastline for any more potential arrivals.
A leaked document from Tonga's Foreign Affairs Ministry shows that officials in the Pacific Island country sharply criticized Australia and New Zealand's response to the security pact signed by China and Solomon Islands, while declaring that Pacific diplomacy from Western nations was failing. In 2022, the Morrison and Ardern governments tried to rally Pacific nations to press Solomon Islands not to sign the agreement with Beijing, in part because they feared it would allow Beijing to establish a military presence in the country. The pact was signed by Solomon Islands Prime Minister Manasseh Sogavare, who is promoting his pro-China stance as a key pillar in his bid for re-election as the country heads to the polls next week. 2 men have been arrested in Nigeria over the alleged sexual extortion of a 16-year-old Australian boy, which led to his suicide. New South Wales police say the young victim had only been in contact with the pair for a few hours before they began making threats and he took his own life.
It was only after police looked at the mobile phone of a 16-year-old boy who had taken his own life that they realised the extent of the pressure he had been under. Police allege 2 Nigerian men posing as a young girl encouraged him to send messages and photos. The young men then allegedly tried to extort him, threatening to share his personal photos with his family and friends if he didn't hand over $500. Police say the entire ordeal, from the moment the conversation began to when the young victim took his own life, lasted only 6 or 7 hours. Detectives have warned young boys aged 14 and up are most at risk, and that so-called sextortion cases have increased by nearly 400% in the past 18 months.
Well, this is very much a silent crime, and I understand why young people may believe that that is the case, but they need to feel comfortable knowing that the New South Wales Police has the ability to assist them. We're happy to identify these offenders, but more importantly, we can help them. They don't need to be ashamed because they are a victim of crime.
Police say the 2 men are now in custody and will be prosecuted in Nigeria over the alleged extortion.
Details of an agreement struck between Australia and Israel on defence industry cooperation will not be released publicly over concerns the information could damage Australia's international relations. Scrutiny of military relations with Israel has intensified since last week's airstrike on an aid convoy in Gaza, which killed Australian Zomi Francom, along with 6 other humanitarian workers. Shortly after the outbreak of the Gaza war in October, the Greens submitted a Freedom of Information request for a copy of the Memorandum of Understanding signed between Australia and Israel in 2017. Following a 3-month process, the Defence Department formally rejected the application, arguing that the document, which contains sensitive diplomatic information, is exempt under FOI legislation. The medicinal cannabis industry in Australia has grown to an estimated $400 million, with around 1.2 million using it last year. However, 80% of their cannabis is imported, and now doctors are raising concerns about its origins and quality.
Terry Russell takes a tiny amount of cannabis oil each day to treat chronic back and leg pain.
I don't get any cognitive impairment with it, but it certainly relaxes and I find it's really good for the nerve pain.
His bottle says it's made in Australia, but it's not that simple, because imported cannabis is not subject to the same regulations as Australian-grown products.
Australian made does not mean the cannabis in the product was made in Australia.
We're certainly hearing stories about these issues, about quality issues and adverse responses, and that should trigger concern in the community. It certainly does among the medical fraternity.
One of Australia's biggest medicinal cannabis laboratories told the ABC that as much as 30% of the imported cannabis oil it tests either has the incorrect amount of cannabis or doesn't meet Australian standards.
Australian growers are required to track their cannabis and test it for quality, but they're struggling to compete with imported products which don't face the same scrutiny.
A lot of people aren't becoming cultivators because of the concern of the financial viability.
Can Group is one of those growers doing it tough. In a rare interview, its outgoing CEO says the TGA assumes importers are testing cannabis.
More product pushed into this country at a cheaper price without the kind of cost regulations and challenges that we have does create a very, very difficult situation for us.
But the Therapeutic Goods Administration admits it hasn't done any testing of imported medicinal cannabis in the last 12 months and is not resourced to do so. Terry Russell is happy with the product he uses, but would like more clarity on where it comes from.
I think I prefer something that's regulated here than elsewhere.
Growing pains for a booming industry.
And that ends the news segment. We'll join Carol at the sports desk after these short messages.
Sheesh, Daniel. This honking is doing your head in. Why don't you go and put a stop to it? Maybe not.
Bing bang bing, bing bing bang, bum bum bang, bing bang bing, bum bum.
Are you ready to meet the best version of yourself? The one with the bright, confident smile? You've got to take pride in how good you look, how fresh your breath smells, and how great you feel. To boss it at work, to be your best for uni, or to catch the eye of that special someone. You've got to brush up your vibe with whiter, healthier, brighter teeth. Brush up for confidence with Colgate.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Dead folks, reptile plagues, it's not natural.
It's a cult that has long ties to Gotham.
We mean to give this city purpose and honor the damnation which bore it.
Bruce Wayne must die. And through death, become this city's savior.
Batman, The Doom That Came to Gotham. Premieres Friday, April 12th, 10 p.m. on Cinemax.
That's really for you. Didn't I already tell you that I don't want a bridal shower?
What? Who said this is a bridal shower anyway?
Then what is this?
MJ, you're something borrowed. For the bride, your pintada regalada. Time for showers. It's straight to the wedding.
What's there?
Hello, WWE Universe. This is WWE Superstar Shayna Baszler, the Queen of Spades.
I'm here to set it all on fire. Watch WWE on Digicel TV.
Puts in a kick. It's play on. Now the kick from Hastings. It's a try to Marju.
Tedesco, there he goes. Consider the fitted sheets. They've been folded and put in the linen cupboard.
Thanks for staying with us. For the first time in the Code of Taekwondo, 2 PNG para-athletes competed at the recently concluded Oceania Olympic qualifiers in Honiara, Solomon Islands. Female para-athlete Manega Tapari and male athlete Henny Loy, though won their respective fights, will have to go through another qualifying process in the coming weeks to confirm their spots for the Paris Olympics.
While the Honiara trip could be a breakthrough in Taekwondo for para-athlete Manega Tapari, she's been in para-sports for some time, competing in both athletics and badminton, where she's also represented the country on several occasions. Manega participated at the National Taekwondo Championships in Port Moresby to qualify for the Oceania Olympic qualifier in Solomon Islands last week, alongside fellow male para-athlete Henny Loy. However, on game day it was announced that Manega did not have an opponent and thus declared an automatic qualification. Though she was ready and looking forward to embracing a new challenge, unfortunately, it did not happen. This means Manega has to go through another international fight as part of the process to qualify.
Election of Joaquim Luyan, and we play competition down there at Solomon's, and then I didn't have a match, so I just went through automatic qualification, but I will do another match internationally and then I will get qualified.
It was a short turnaround for Manega, joining Taekwondo from athletics after she was approached by national coach Edward Casman. She decided to join the club in November 2023.
We joined last year Pacific Games. Coach Edward been bringing me lahab, and then he notified that I was one of the para-athletes from the athletics team. And then he called me to join Taekwondo and try it out. And I maybe try him out. And then we start training one time since November last year till now.
She had struggled a bit when she first joined, but eventually she got used to it, making it her third sport as a para-athlete representing her country. Manega was quite emotional when asked about her journey.
I've experienced from the athletics, para-athletics, PNG, and then Migolo badminton. So this is my third spot representing my country. There's a lot. I'm so proud to represent Tricode and proud to represent my country. Thank you.
Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
The stage is set for tonight's big launch of the 2024 Digicel ExxonMobil Cup season at the Holiday Inn in Port Moresby. Tonight's launch will also coincide with the unveiling of the newly designed Digicel ExxonMobil Cup following its rebranding in 2023.
Holiday Inn is just the perfect venue for tonight's major launch of the 2024 Digicel ExxonMobil Cup season. The official program gets underway 6:30 this evening with the main season launch address by PNG and RLC Board Chairman Adrian Chow. Earlier on today, we caught up with the captains of the 12 franchise clubs while doing their photoshoot sessions at the amazing Moresby Monument, Ella Beach, and Holiday Inn Ballroom ahead of tonight's launch.
My name is Chalebuka, captain of Bintaro Gorokalahanis. This year we look forward for a strong season. Last year we finished second on the list of to great final. But this year we prepare to come strong.
I'm Gary James. I'm the captain of Rugby Union. This year is my second year in Rugby Union. We are looking forward to defending the cup this year. Yeah, the boys are preparing very well.
My name is Joe again. I'm the 2024 Quebec Cutters captain. I will represent the West New Britain people. Our preseason past 6 weeks was tough, and we are ready and prepared for this week first round 1 match against the Snakes Tigers, and we are looking forward for the game. Thank you.
Coparex, Central Daboris. Looking forward for 2024 season. We have some new recruitment. Yeah, hopefully this year comes well.
Dung Livaya, Sanin Tommy Andrew. This year me captain or Nagame captain the Eagles. Agni Eagles. I black at good precision training. Not previous years, me love in alright Thomas. So this year that I'm the competitive for 2024 season.
My name is Solomon Senin Pokari. I'm the captain of Cotonella Wickman. And the challenges is like some of our boys left to go to different clubs, and some went to the Antas, and but we have a good development pathway so the boys can jump on and filling the space from the boys that left. My name is Selakim Lukara, Galfiso captain. Me and my boys, we work hard in the pre-season training, and we are looking forward for the 2024 season. Thank you.
Kesti Batari, Rawal Gurus. So we're looking forward for 2024 season. So we moved to Rawal to Mosby. Then we're looking forward for 2024 season.
My name is C.S. David. I'm the captain of 2024, captain of Mendi Hospital. The training has been hard since December last year. Started our pre-season in December. Just finished last month. Some of our boys were going home. Some of our boys stayed in the final squad. I just want to say we're ready for this year's. Last year we fell short to the final, so looking for a big season this year.
David Josebia, Asila Wagitumbe captain. Maybe became preseason Kamusam last year. All boys plan take part. Black and Belt this year. Look forward to the 2024 season. Thank you.
The season launch also coincides with the unveiling of the newly designed digital ExxonMobil Cup trophy following its rebranding in 2023. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
Pepsi Capital Rugby Union is set for another intriguing rugby season, which kicked off its pre-season last Saturday at the Bava Park, Port Moresby. The CRU confirmed that the pre-season will feature only 3 divisions, consisting of open men, women and junior men, that will run for the next 3 weeks. Season proper kicks off on the 27th of April.
Building on the success of season 2023, there's renewed energy and excitement about this year's competition, which promises to be bigger and better. With pre-season games now up and running, the CRU is again set for another action-packed season as the teams look forward to hit the ground running. CRU President Corey Chen expressed excitement for the 2024 season, adding there's a really good mood and feeling about what they are doing this year and want to build on what they established last year. Chen says they are now transforming from a community rugby competition to hopefully one day become a semi-pro competition that will set standards for club rugby.
We're basically starting our 3 weeks of pre-season, 15s. And then we start round 1 on the 27th of April. This year we have a 16-round season, so everyone plays each other twice. And then we have a 3 weekend finals. There's a really good mood and feeling around what we're doing this year. We want to build on what we established last year. And you know, look, we're transforming from a community competition to hopefully one day being as close to a semi-pro comp as we can, but really trying to set a standard for club rugby. I think that's probably the key thing.
The president reiterated to all clubs that there's zero tolerance for misconduct and ill discipline by clubs and players for that matter on and off the field. Corey said they are setting standards and urged all clubs to play their part. Meanwhile, Defence Club won't be participating this season for disciplinary matters but may reapply for 2025.
We had a bit of a disciplinary issue with Defence Rugby Club. So they've been, I guess, sidelined for 12 months and looking to re-enter the competition next year. There's a couple of things that we want to make sure that the message is clear around, respect both on and off the field. But I've been talking a lot with the club, and we're going to be doing a lot of programs over the year to make sure that that they fix up a lot of those off the field issues to say. But on another note, we've had Connie Sharks re-enter the competition, but they'll only play as far as A grade and with the women's comp as well. So.
Chan added this should be an exciting year for the Brothers Club celebrating 50 years of consistency in the capital competition. He said they are a stalwart legendary club and they've had a really good run over the past couple of years. They will be out to prove a point again this year, while on the other hand, rival clubs are also working hard to knock them off.
It should be an exciting year. We've got Brothers celebrating their 50 years of existence in the capital competition. They're a stalwart, legendary club, and they've had a really good run over the last nearly decade now. It's been the Brothers' decade of rugby. So this year, I'm sure they're going to be going out to try and prove a point and take home the shield. But in saying that as well, I think a lot of other clubs have been working hard in the off-season, and they're going to be looking to make it as difficult as possible for Brothers.
Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Parents and students selected for the inaugural Lay NRL Bid Junior Development Program have expressed appreciation for the once-in-a-lifetime program. They say it's a dream come true for everyone, but at the same time, being a student requires the balancing of commitment as expressed widely by the students and their parents. The bigger task ahead will be balancing the selected students' time to be committed to their training and participation in competition, as well as their commitment to their education. But head coach of Lay PNG NRL Bid Junior Development Program, Dennis Mials, says diligent assessments will be carried out along the way. 120 students from the Lay Schools Rugby League are pioneers of the PNG NRL Bid Junior Development as part of the PNG 18th Team NRL Bid. The participating age categories are under 15, 17, 19 boys and open girls.
PNG NRL Bid Junior Development Program Manager in Lay, Charlie Tikaro, congratulated these selected students who turned up at the Lay Secondary School on Monday, receiving PNG NRL Bid merchandise witnessed by parents and guardians. They signed off on necessary documents as requirements to participate in the Junior Elite Development Program. Lay, like other regional centers, follows suit from NCD schools initiating the program last year. Tikaro highlighted that most importantly is when parents partake with the selected students and get to know the program better and where they can fit in as parents. Lay PNG NRL Bid Junior Development Coach Dennis Mials reminded the selected students that their dream journey begins now. He says it will take more than just rugby league, as the concept drives the message of discipline. The training program for the selected students begins this week in preparation for the National Junior Championship in Goroka later in the year. Susan Oriape, TV1 Sports.
And that's all we have for sports. Over to you, Mary.
Thanks, Carol. We'll now have the weather forecast. Port Moresby, partly cloudy with possible few showers. Daru, brief showers and possible thunderstorms. Lay, partly cloudy with few showers. Medan, Wewak and Vanimo, some rain showers and possible thunderstorm. Rabaul and Lorengau, partly cloudy with few showers. Buka, partly cloudy with some showers. Mount Hagen, partly cloudy with few showers and possible thunderstorms. Other centers, some rain showers and possible thunderstorm. Coral Sea sees slight becoming moderate towards eastern sector with southeast winds of 10 to 20 knots. Solomon Seas sees slight with west to northwest winds at 10 to 15 knots. Bismarck Sea sees slight to moderate with west to northwest winds of 10 to 20 knots. And Pacific Ocean sees slight with east to northeast winds at 10 to 15 knots. Waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Islands to Kerma to Yule Island to Hood Point to Samarai Islands. Waters of Cape Vogel to Huon Gulf to Finchafen, and waters of Manus and its western group of islands seas 0.5 to 1 meter.
And that ends the news tonight. Pleasant viewing. Bye for now.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.